Welcome. It's good to see you once more in the practice of the conversion of your conceptual self to the certainty that you are whole and perfect as God created you. I'm a teacher of A Course in Miracles. I teach the inevitable complete opportunity at any moment for you to depart this world of conceptual thought form, since the nature of this existence is a predetermined effort on your part to retain that identity. And most of you will have seen the videos in this mind training that we practiced before. You're entering now in this idea of associations of time with the immediacy of the availability to you of a complete and whole alternative within your own mind that's going to demonstrate to you the certainty that we have occupied this space for just the moment that it took us to decide within the totality of our relationship with ourselves that this world was over and gone. The practice, the procedure, the converting technique is becoming more and more obvious to you by the simple expedience of the discovery of alternatives within your own mind. And we were going to take a thought concerning your conceptual relationship with yourself and try to show you an expression of the futility that you must be feeling in this self-identity. This is the fundamental teachings of this Course in Miracles, that the problem that you're having is your conceptual self. Huh? We're going to take just a minute here now, if we can. Let's look together. That self, okay, as you enter into this parameter of light consciousness, is beginning to be absolved first of the guilt of its conceptual obligation, and next with a light that is inherent in this procedure that shows you very simply that all of the defenses that you employed were actually based on attacks of your own conceptual mind that were justifying in you a relationship within time. Shall we try it together for a minute? We're going to take an attempt at lesson 135. And it's going to say, if I defend myself, I am attacked. And the lessons just before that in the 130 says, I'm loosing the world from what I thought it was. I'm going to accept forgiveness for myself. I'm determined not to value any longer what I thought had value here, because it's going to bind me conceptually to a body, to what I am not. Okay? Okay, in review, you there say, I'm not a body. I am free. I am still as God created me. So our association that appears to be momentarily a justification for this space-time is actually being over and gone each moment. Okay? Can you feel now the conversion that's going on in your mind in regard to this? Okay? Now, let's look at the process that you will be actively pursuing if you make an admission that you are conceptual identity. The very nature of the conceptual consciousness of a human being is an attack and defense mode concerning his consciousness relationship with space-time. I am here within the entirety of your procedure telling you that it's not true, that available to you at this instant and continuously is an alternative in which this entire space reference will disappear. So this lesson is going to call your attention, and we're going to attempt to do it together, to the certainty that if you do defend yourself within your conceptual associations, you are being attacked. If I defend myself, I am attacked. It doesn't say that if I defend myself, I will be attacked in the nature of my defense. What it actually says is that attack and defense are the same idea within your own mind. And while you may separate them in associations with ideas about yourself, the ideas of exchange, the formulation of the totality of your mind will show you that actually attack and defense are simultaneous. If I defend myself, I am attacked. Not incidentally is the teachings of my Savior, Jesus Christ. Sermon on the Mount says very simply that if I defend myself, I will be attacked by my enemies, because my enemies are in fact a part of my mind. And you have come to some sort of a conclusion, at least in practice, that you're doing this to yourself, and that the nature of the thoughts that you're defending yourself from are actually procedures that you set up in your own mind in order to justify your existent association, and in fact deny the entirety of what you are in universal mind. So let's look together at just the beginning of this lesson. If I defend myself, I am attacked. Listen and watch. So let's look together at the teaching. If I defend myself, I am attacked. Who would defend himself unless he thought he were attacked, that the attack were real, and that his own defense would save him? And herein lies the folly of defense. It gives illusions full reality and then attempts to handle them as real. It adds illusions to illusions, thus making correction doubly difficult. And it is this you do when you attempt to what? Plan the future, activate the past, or organize the present as you want it to be. You operate from the belief you must protect yourself from what is happening because it must contain what threatens you. A sense of threat is an acknowledgement of inherent weakness, a belief that there is danger which has power to call on you to make appropriate defense. The world is based on this insane belief. All of its structures, all of its thoughts and doubts, its penalties and heavy armaments, its legal definitions and its codes, its ethics, its leaders, its gods, all serve but to preserve what? Its sense of threat. For no one walks the world in armature but must have terror striking at his heart. Defense is frightening. It stems from fear, increasing fear as each defense is made. You think it offers safety, yet it speaks of fear made real and terror justified. Is it not strange you do not pause to ask as you elaborate your plans and make your armor thicker and your locks more tight what you defend and how and against what? Let's consider first what you defend. It must be something that is very weak and easily assaulted. It must be something made easy prey, unable to protect itself and needing your defense. Listen, what but the body has such frailty that constant care and watchful, deep concern are needful to protect its little life? What but the body falters and must fail to serve the Son of God as worthy host? Yet it is not the body that can fear, nor be a thing of fear. It has no needs but those which you assign to it. It needs no complicated structures of defense, no health-inducing medicine, no care, and no concern at all. defend its life, or give it gifts to make it beautiful, or walls to make it safe, and you but say your home is open to the thief of time, corruptible and crumbling, so unsafe it must be guarded with your very life. Is not this picture fearful? Can you be at peace with such a concept of your home? Yet what endowed the body with the right to serve you thus, except what? Your own belief. It is your mind which gave the body all the functions that you see in it and set its value far beyond the little pile of dust and water. Who would make defense of something that he recognized as this?